Today we are going to make some chicken paprikash. I've got Caleb in the kitchen with me this morning, and we are going to make this. I had this at a restaurant one time. It was so delicious, and so I came home and figured out how to make it, and it took us about 6 or 8 tries to figure it out, but I think we got it. So I have chicken breasts here. In my bowl, I have some paprika and some onion powder. Caleb's gonna give that a good stir, mix it all up. I'm gonna season these chicken breasts with just some salt and pepper. Just give that a good dose of salt and pepper. Get that mixed up, buddy. Make sure the onion powder is all mixed into the paprika, okay?
Got it.
Perfect.
And the paprika's all mixed in?
Yeah, the paprika's all mixed in. All right, well, looks great. Do you want to sprinkle? Do you want Mom to sprinkle?
Me.
Okay. I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do. We're gonna use, of this mixture, we're gonna use about 1/4 of it to season this side of the chicken breasts. And we'll put them in the pan and we're gonna cook it just in a frying pan on the stove. We'll season these with 1/4, then we'll put them in the pan, we'll season it with the other 1/4. We're gonna save the other half for the sauce. So, what we're gonna do, all right, buddy, I'm just gonna divide this up so that we can see how much we need to put on this side, okay? So we're gonna use all of this right here and put all over that chicken. Can you scoop that on there? Mm-hmm. And season it. Spread it out all even. Perfect. That one got a little crazy, but that's okay. Good job. Okay, do some on this one. Perfect over here. I like this one. Good job. Get one more big scoop. And we'll put that on over here. Get it right here, get it all spread out. Perfect. All right, that's good. Okay, let's put that right there. And we're gonna move over to our stove. We'll put these in and we're gonna put them in the pan, seasoning side down, and then we'll season the other side so that they can bake and we don't have to get all gross trying to season them after they've cooked partway. So in my pan, I've got some olive oil I've already got heated up. I've got my heat on about a medium-high heat. I'm gonna take our chicken that we seasoned here, and we're gonna put them in seasoning side down. That way we can season the other side easily. So put these in here. All right, buddy. I'm gonna use this other half, and you're gonna sprinkle it on. Okay, use this side. There you go. Good job, nice and even. So we're gonna season the other side here. A little bit of salt and pepper. All right, we're gonna cook these about 3 to 4 minutes on this side, and I'm gonna flip them over, cook them 3 to 4 minutes on the other side. All right, so these have cooked for about 3 minutes. We're gonna flip them over and cook the other side for about 3 minutes. Okay, you wanna flip them, bud? Good job. There you go, flat down in the pan. Oh, just the right way, huh? Good job. All right. Okay, hot, isn't it? All right. Okay, so we're gonna know these are done when we can kind of tap on them with our tongs here. You can kind of press on it. It's a little bit squishy when they're not finished, but when they are cooked all the way through, that will not be quite as squishy. Another way you can do it is you can just cut through them and make sure that the juices are running clear in there. All right, so our chicken is finished. We're just gonna take these off and put them onto a plate, and then we will use this same pan to make our gravy, and then we'll put our chicken back in at the end. So we need it out of the way to make our paprikash sauce. All right, so I've got my chicken pulled off. I'm gonna turn my heat down to kind of a lowish, medium heat. I'm gonna put a little bit more of olive oil in just to give it a little bit more so that our paprika, the rest of our paprika can get toasted. All right, buddy, you want to pour this in? You can just pour the whole thing in. We're going to pour the rest of that paprika and onion powder mix in. Perfect. Here, I'm going to scrape this so we can get it all out. Perfect. All right, we're gonna use a silicone whisk just to kind of get that paprika into the oil. That's gonna help cook it so that our sauce doesn't taste so like fresh paprika. It's gonna help toast it just a little bit and make it delicious. All right, so that's great. To this, I'm gonna add about a half a cup of wine. I'm gonna add about a half a cup of white wine to this. And if you're worried about serving this with your kids with the white wine, all of the alcohol cooks out of it. But if you don't wanna use white wine, you can use chicken stock for it. So we're just gonna put that in. We're gonna cook that for just a second. Let that cook out a bit. All right. To that, I'm gonna add, I've got a half a cup of chicken stock mixed with 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. It's just gonna make our sauce thick is what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna pour this in. I'm gonna stir it at the same time because it gets a little glumpy and clumpy, but if you mix it, that cornstarch will mix right back in. So we're just gonna stir that in. And as it starts to thicken, I'm gonna turn my heat up just a teeny bit. It's gonna start to thicken, and you can see because it'll get kind of globby. Once that is thickened in there, then we're gonna add in our other stuff. You can start to see that. It's gonna start to kind of, there we go, that's perfect. Okay, that's gotten nice and thick. So to this, we're gonna add a half a cup of half and half. Do you want to stir this in, bud? Okay, you stir that. It's gonna be a little bit hot. Right over here, it's hot. So there you go, stir that all in. Great job. Get all that, can you scrape the sides over there with the whisk? Perfect. We're gonna get it all stirred in there. Great job. All right, now we're gonna add about a half a cup of sour cream. All right, mix that in too. Does that look yummy? All right, Caleb, Mom, you have a turn. Great job. All right, I'm gonna scooch this. All right, so this is just gonna we're gonna let this get a little bit bubbly, nice and warm. And then we are gonna throw our chicken back in there. All right, so let's put our chicken back in. You can see that starting to get a little bit simmery in there. And all of this juice that you've got left over from the chicken, just dump that all right back in there. Get all that goodness in. And then we're just gonna turn these chickens over so they get that sauce on all the sides. Just like that. Yeah, we're just gonna let this simmer for a minute. Be ready to go. We're gonna serve this over a bed of spaetzle. All right, let me show you how to serve this up. Caleb's gonna scoop some spaetzle, which is our German noodle, onto our plate. Put a bunch on, bud. There you go. Perfect. Get 2 more big scoops. 1, 2. All right, I'm gonna scooch this over into the middle of that plate a little more so that it doesn't fall off when I put the chicken on there. All right, I'm gonna take one of those chicken breasts. So this one looks good. I'm gonna just put it right on top. And then we're gonna take some of that gravy. We'll just lay it right over. I like to get a lot of gravy because then you can get some there on your spaetzle. All right, and there is chicken paprikash.